The cost of living is squeezing Australian families from every direction. Mortgage, groceries, rates, insurance, and the power bill is the one that feels the most unfair because you have zero control over it.
Most people that look at solar see another big expense, but here's the reframe. You're already paying for a solar system. You're just paying the power company instead of owning the asset yourself.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Cam.
Owners of Source Energy Group.
We've designed and installed countless solar and battery systems for Australian homeowners.
In this episode, we're going to show you exactly how solar acts as an inflation shield, what the real return on investment looks like, and why it might be the most financially sound decision you can make right now. The cost of living at the moment is going through the roof, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, by more.
Oh, we obviously know electricity plays a major role in that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So what can solar do to help fight inflation?
Well, drive your power bill down for one.
So, well, let's look at these facts. I'm not sure if you're aware, but, you know, we spoke about the price hikes over the last 5 years in previous episodes.
Yeah.
So you look at, on average, a home that didn't have solar, you know, based on the inflation we've seen over the last few years, its bills increased by $500. Okay. On average, homes with solar, they only seen a $300 increase. Okay. Homes that had solar and battery, on average, have seen a $100 increase. So just there in those numbers on the average, you can see there is, you know, quite substantial sort of benefit to getting solar and battery just to combat inflation.
100%.
You know, we look at feed-in tariffs. We know they're disappearing. Again, you know, once they start introducing that 3 hours of free power in 1st of July, you know, they're most likely going to start phasing out feed-in tariffs. And you say this the best, you know, what can people do rather than sending it to the grid?
Store their power.
But
Store it in battery.
What's that going to do for them?
Well, you're storing the power instead of buying the power.
Yeah.
Buy the power back for...
And then you use it again yourself at night. So, you know, if the inflation's causing the cost of electricity bills to go up, and you've got a system that's sending power to the grid at 3 or 4 cents, and then you store it and then you use that, well, you're now saving that 35 cents on average, aren't you?
hang on. Yeah, every kilowatt you stored in your battery's worth 35 cents.
Yeah. So this is how the people with the solar and battery, you know, only seen a $100 increase on their power bill over the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So over the last 5 years, through all these price hikes that we've seen in power prices, inflation's grown on 4.2% on average.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, we spoke about this on the previous episode. Is, you know, you get the proper solar and battery system designed for your household, and it's going to give you a return on investment anywhere from 8 to 15%. So, you know, if inflation's going up at 4.2% on average, and you can net a 8 to 15% return purely by going solar and installing a battery to combat electricity prices.
Yeah.
Well, that just makes sense, doesn't it?
Not by more.
It's something everyone can do right now, isn't it?
Oh, do it tomorrow.
Well, you're already paying the bill, aren't you?
100%.
So
You can't afford it.
Yeah, you can't
You can
afford
afford
it.
a power bill, you can afford solar.
100%. And it's, I don't know, it's probably the hardest thing for people to understand.
Yeah.
But for me, simple terms, maths, if 4.2% is the average inflation rate and I can get an 8 to 15% return, it's just a no-brainer because I'm already spending that money.
Yeah, definitely.
You look at, you know, interest rates on the mortgage, the money sitting in an offset account. It's, you know, over a 10-year period, if you know, and I'm not saying do this, but it's just the example. If you took $20,000 that was sitting in the offset account and you purchased a solar and battery system, you know, if that's the cost of the solar and battery system, over that 10-year period, for, you know, through the life cycle of the battery or the 10-year warranty you get on the battery, the savings you make far exceed the return that you make for all the interest you save in your mortgage account.
Yeah.
So again, 100%, it's, you know, if you've got a home and you've got an electricity bill and you're concerned about the cost of living and inflation and everything going up, it's definitely something to look at. It is going to help you if it's done right.
Yeah, definitely.
Another way solar and battery can help you beat inflation is, again, let's use that same 10-year period, and this is by no means what it's going to take to pay back or anything like that. I just like using a worst case scenario.
Yeah.
So your battery has 10-year lifespan. Like we said, you're already paying for it. So you're currently paying a power bill. If your power bill is $1,000 a quarter, that's money you're already spending. Okay. And let's say, like the last scenario I gave of if you had 20 grand sitting in an offset account, let's say you don't have that money sitting around to buy up front. You can finance through companies like Bright and Hum and so on, where the repayments are less than what you're currently paying on your power bill.
Yeah.
Again, worst case scenario, let's say you took that over a 10-year period, where the repayments would be less than half, generally less than half of what you're currently spending on power. What you're doing, again, if this system's sized right, you're essentially going to lock in that price for the next 10 years because they're fixed rates. Okay. Sure, you might have a repayment to pay, but that repayment is generally less than what you're paying now for your power bill.
Yeah. If you break it down per day, it's generally less than what you're going to pay over the life of it.
Yeah, 100%. And then, like, if you don't install the solar and battery and take advantage of the rebates and everything now, power prices are going to continue to go up.
Yeah.
Inflation will go up, cost of living will go up, and it's a circle. It comes back around, the power prices go up, and so on. Okay, so in absolute worst case scenario, if your return on investment, where the payback period was 10 years, which is a long time, in worst case scenario, you're still just locking in a flat rate that's not going to increase, while everyone that doesn't go solar and battery will continue to get an increase.
Yeah.
Okay. The reality is, if it's done right, you could get a return somewhere around that 6 to 8 year period,
Yeah.
But that all obviously depends household to household, system to system.
How much you can afford to repay per year
Yeah.
or per week.
Every year inflation pushes grid power higher. Your solar savings grow proportionally. It's like fixing your mortgage rate while you're renting neighbours, rent keeps going up.
Yeah.
So another thing to consider there, Cam, is, you start adding a decent solar system, battery system to your home. I know we've spoke a lot about it being designed correctly for your needs in your household.
Yeah.
But if the day comes and you go to sell the home and you've got, a decent system on there and you're showing that you haven't paid bills or very low bills for a long time, it's
going to be more attractive to a buyer.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. By more.
Look, they may move in and just redesign it for their household needs, or they may move in and find that it's right. But, people are they'll be more likely to buy something that has...
Another thing you see is like a renter. If you're buying a house and there's investment property, people are going to move into a house that's got solar on it that they don't have to pay essentially an electricity bill for. Someone will rent that before they rent the house next door without it, even if you had them on the same price.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's definitely an asset.
There is, the same as anything, you add in value to the home.
Yeah.
So you've got your internal rate of return. I'm not going to go through the calculation because I don't actually know it myself.
Yeah.
But, that's what everyone looks at.
Don't.
And as we touched on before, solar and battery, depending on the size and the bill that you've got and everything like that and the final cost, it's going to net you somewhere between an 8 and 15% return on investment.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone that's doing rather well in the ASX, is probably looking around 7 to 10%. Most people are only getting 5% out of it.
Yeah.
Okay. As I said, with the offset account, if you had $20,000 in the offset account and your interest rate was 6%, over a 10-year period, you're going to save about just under $16,000, $15,800 in interest over that 10-year period by having that money in the offset account.
Yeah.
If you use that same $20,000 to purchase a solar and battery system designed for your needs, that same system is going to give you somewhere between $25,000 to $30,000 in saving over that 25-year period, 10-year period, sorry, not the life of the system, but the 10-year period. Okay, so in that same 10-year period, just that alone, essentially doubling the return.
Yeah.
As inflation goes up or the power prices go up, if you've got solar and battery installed, each year the price is going up for everyone else. The people that are late to the party and think solar's a scam, the price keeps going up on them, but every year your savings compound and get greater and greater as the price goes up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think we touched on that another time as well. Essentially, everyone that does have solar, it's working for them. Everyone who thinks solar's a scam, they're the ones paying the more like constant price. The bigger electricity bills, all the price. Someone's paying for something somewhere.
Yeah. If you're looking for a way to improve the cost of living crisis right now, or your cost of living crisis, and you're paying a power bill, solar and battery is just definitely something you should look into because it's going to help you out.
Yeah,